Now, do you know how they intentionally made it so that each child had to have a computer? COVID. Do you think that every child everywhere in the whole wide world had a computer before COVID? Absolutely not. No. Nope. Mm-mm. Nope. Everybody didn't have a Chromebook before COVID. A lot of schools did, yes. Lots of schools. And sometimes they would have to share those Chromebooks, you know? It wasn't enough to give every child. But when COVID happened and all the children had to go home and learning was essential to be done online, every child had to have a Chromebook. Every business had to send their employee home with computers if they were a computer, based job. Everyone seemed to be able to have a 1-to-1 ratio when it came down to having computers. You think that was just a coincidence? No matter how many times I try to tell y'all COVID was planned, nobody wants to believe me. It was firstly planned to intentionally create fear and chaos, and then it was planned to allow control, mass control. When was there ever a time before that they had that level of control over the world where you couldn't go outside, you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that, you had to be back in the house at a certain time, you had to have social distancing, you couldn't go places, if you were exposed to something, you had to be quarantined? When was the last time we had that level of control over the United States? We were segregated. We were isolated, right? And y'all think that shit was an accident. Y'all think that was just something that had happened one time at band camp. Even in the Bible where leprosy is spoken of, it's not even that dang on deep. It's usually an individual, family here, a village there, not the entirety of the world. That's a plague. A man-made plague. And God said the end times was going to look just like this. And there would be plagues, there would be weather disasters that would be unknown, no reasons for them. There would be statues that would gain sentience. What is a statue that gains sentience? A robot. What do we already have in place that has a level of sentience? AI? But what do I know? I just be reading a book. A book y'all was out here trying to keep slaves from reading, and then you force them to read it, and you beat them if they didn't know how to read it. But anyway, what do I know?